This is Renders, the secret trick nobody tells you. Alright, lean in, because what I'm about to share with you, nobody really talks about it. Not your teachers, not your friends, not even the people you look up to. But once you understand it, it'll feel like somebody just handed you the cheat codes to life. Here's the truth: talent doesn't win, motivation doesn't win, even effort, raw grinding effort, doesn't win. The people who dominate, the ones building businesses, acing exams, mastering games, changing their lives, they discovered a trick. A trick so simple that most people laugh at it. But the ones who actually try it, they never go back. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever been fired up one night saying, "That's it, I'm changing my life tomorrow"? Maybe you promised yourself you'd wake up at 5 a.m. Maybe you swore you'd study 5 chapters. Maybe you told yourself you'd finally start working out, write that book, practice that game. You felt unstoppable in that moment. The energy was insane. You were ready to conquer the world. And then the next morning comes. Your alarm rings, and suddenly the energy is gone. You hit snooze, you roll over, and that unbreakable promise feels like it was made by somebody else. By the evening, you're sitting there asking yourself, why can't I stay consistent? What's wrong with me? Sound familiar? Don't worry, nothing's wrong with you. The truth is, you were relying on the most unreliable fuel in existence: motivation. Motivation is like sugar. Sweet at first, gives you a rush, but then crashes. And when it crashes, you're left weaker than before. That's why so many smart, talented, hardworking people keep failing. They think success is about getting motivated again and again, but it isn't. Here's the trick nobody tells you: the winners, they don't rely on motivation at all. They rely on systems. Systems are the invisible engines of success. They don't care how you feel. They don't care if you're tired, lazy, bored, or uninspired. They just run, and when they run, you move forward automatically, almost on autopilot. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine two students, both equally smart, both equally hardworking. Student A says, "I'll study when I feel like it. I'll grind when I'm motivated." Student B says, "Every night at 8 p.m., I sit at my desk. I open my notes. Even if I don't feel like it, I do one page." Who wins in the long run? You already know. Student B, because motivation is a mood. Systems are habits. And habits make you unstoppable. But here's the cool part: systems don't have to be massive. In fact, the smaller they are, the more powerful they become. Why? Because small systems are too easy to skip. Let's say your system is to write just one sentence a day. Sounds silly, right? But you know what happens? One sentence often becomes two. Two becomes a paragraph. A paragraph becomes a page. Suddenly, the thing you thought you'd procrastinate on is done. Not because you were inspired, but because your system pulled you forward. And here's something even crazier. Once you've repeated a system enough times, it flips. Instead of effort, it becomes identity. You're no longer trying to study, you're a student. You're no longer forcing yourself to work out, you're an athlete. You're no longer pushing yourself to practice chess, you're a chess player. Systems hardwire your identity. And when something is your identity, skipping it feels unnatural. Let me give you a story. There was once a writer who struggled for years. He would wait for inspiration. Sometimes he'd write for days, sometimes not at all. His career was stuck. One day, an older writer gave him advice: write one page every single day, no matter what. Even if it's bad, just write. At first, he hated it. But after a few weeks, something clicked. His brain stopped negotiating. Writing wasn't optional anymore, it was just what he did. Years later, he had written dozens of books. Not because he was more talented, not because he had endless motivation, he just had a system. Now think about athletes. Do you think they're motivated every morning to train? No way. But their system doesn't care if they're tired. Their system says, wake up, put on shoes, go to gym. That's it. Do it enough times and you don't even think about it anymore. It becomes like brushing your teeth automatic. Here's the kicker. Systems don't just beat motivation, they beat talent too. I've seen incredibly gifted people crash because they never built systems. And I've seen average, ordinary people become extraordinary just by repeating small systems over time. And that's why this is the secret nobody tells you. Everyone loves talking about talent. Everyone loves hyping up motivation. But almost nobody tells you build systems because systems feel boring. They don't get applause. They don't go viral. They don't make you look like a genius overnight. But they're the one thing that quietly, consistently guarantees success. So here's your challenge. Tonight, stop chasing motivation. Pick one system, tiny but unbreakable. Fix a time, fix a place, fix one action. Write one line, solve one problem. Read one page. Do it every day. Don't negotiate. Don't wait to feel like it. Just do it. A week from now, you'll feel momentum. A month from now, you'll see results. A year from now, people will wonder how you got so far ahead. And when they ask you, you can smile and say, it wasn't motivation, it wasn't talent, it was a system. That's the secret nobody tells you. The winners aren't gifted, they're systemized. And in the next video, I'll show you exactly how to design a system so powerful that skipping it feels harder than doing it. That's where real power begins. That's how you join the top 1%. And if you're ready to step into that world, hit subscribe because this journey, it's only just starting.